Welcome to my playthrough of Chrono Trigger. We're going to try to get through the Dino Castle in this episode and be prepared to take on the boss in the next, the main boss. Pretty sure this episode we take out the mid-tier boss. We'll talk about that when we get there. Now really watch out for these guys. They charge. And if they hit you, you'll go right into a fight with two of them. Make sure you have Lightning 2 on Chrono coming here, because the majority of your fights are with the dinosaurs, and it stuns every one of them except the final boss, or drops their defenses. But you need to free all the prisoners down here in the basement before you can go up the tower. So go down and just free them as we go. I thought it would just be easier just to try that Falcon Strike, since they're all lined up in a row this time. It does do a lot of damage, because you do get bored of Chrono just lightning them out. Now we'll enjoy this, call it lovey-dovey scene of her rescuing him and giving him a slap upside the head. And once we're done with all the forced talk and have control again, we'll go back and grab the item out of the chest, which I believe is a Terratopper. Oh no, it's Mid-Ether. There's one of them around here too, which will, when we find them, we'll equip. But this is the reason we have to save them first, is we can't open that door. He has to. And it's also the only time them apes aren't going back and forth. Now this room's interesting. If you drop them, they'll go down to that prison you opened the first time. Nice thing is you can miss those little guys. Now there's two fights on this floor. And this floor is rather confusing because it teleports you around depending on where you walk. And a thing of note, every one of these volcano-headed guys seem to be strong to the elemental magics. So use physical attacks or physical techniques on them. Now that's the only item I couldn't get, the one over there on the right side, in this playthrough. When I was going through, as you'll see, I went nuts trying to figure out how to get over there. And I think it's because I went to the wrong exit from that first point. I should have came down here to this little corner and to the right to get to that. And I didn't. Because when I was in that area, I went out at the wrong spot. And it threw me off the whole time. And I do come back here a couple of times. The nice thing is the monsters you fight in this room do not regenerate. So once they're gone, they're gone. And if you noticed, it said this guy's frozen from the electrical shock. And you can also see I spent time trying to figure out how to get over there. So I knew it was in one of these little areas. So I went to the right spot, but the wrong angle for it. Then I couldn't even remember how to get back to that spot. And when I did finally get there, I went the wrong way and finally just said, forget it. Let's move on. Now, to get across here, we'll go through a series of battles. We go with these rat-faced dinosaurs. Just lightning them and give them a toss and they're done. Unfortunately, in this party, Chrono's the only one with the level 2 technique, magical technique. Frog doesn't have it yet, and I didn't get it for him for quite a bit after this. Now, Frenzy's a good skill. Ala and her charm's handy. That's your only way to steal. In this game. And she'll have a dual tech with Meryl where they team up and steal. And I think that'll get you some rare items off the bosses. But that's usually something I play around with in New Game Plus more than I do a first playthrough. First playthrough, I'm usually more concerned with getting everything I can get and surviving. Kinda like that in the second playthrough too. Just I got a lot better survivability. Now we'll go into this little room and open up the cage door. There's two buttons here. The one on the right will open the door without dropping the monsters. I like to drop the monsters just to get that experience. And since she's going to end up boulder tossing that dino beforehand, you'll see why it's better to do it after you strike them with some sort of lightning. But I wanted to test if the dual tech magical and physical attacks would also work on those volcano heads or heal them. But as you can see from their attacks, you have to hit them with a lightning strike of some sort to do any damage to them, or we'll be close to a wipeout if you don't. Now, I don't do it right away, but if you go up past him, you can use the save point and not fight him. You won't fight him until you go up the stairs. And going in and out of a lot of these places will reset these bosses, or monsters. So you can do a little bit of grinding. Nice thing is this doesn't reset until you kill them. Now if you go into this room and touch any of these items for a high potion, it'll drop you into this room with all of them. Let's see here. The nice thing is all the dinos are stunned from the lightning. $15 TP, that's about the best you can get from a group in this dungeon at this point. The only ones that drop better are the mid-tier boss that we'll be going up to do, and the final boss. And as I said, after you kill them, it resets them. Now you can kill them here 2 at a time, or drop them down together like I did and refight them. Now, one of the nice things about this game is coming through these places in New Game Plus, you have the top tier equipment and all the attacks. So basically all you're doing is running levels to get to level 99. And max out everything the best you can. Unfortunately, even that has a limit, because all your stats will stop at level 99. And not all of your stats will grow to that level. And you only get the 3 capsules. which are the power, speed, and magic. And the magic out of the three are the hardest to get. Power tabs, I think you can now farm them in one of the bonus dungeons from what I've read. And the speed tabs are in the middle. That's why I tried at the beginning to fight Spico below level 10. Alright, this fight's going to start here in a minute. And it's not a difficult fight, and it actually doesn't take long. He's got a few more attacks than he did the last time, but his weaknesses are still the same. You gotta hit him with lightning before he can do anything. I think last time I fought him with Marrow on the team. This time I'm fighting him with Frog because that lightning rod will do way more damage than just the lightning by itself. And plus, Frog and Marrow are the only two that can heal everybody. Though Marrow's healing for that isn't combos. Frog has heal, which will heal everybody. But his combo with Allah will heal almost your full health at this point. Plus, these three's triple tech's really wild when she gets triple kick. And in this fight, he can poison. If it lasts long enough, he'll do it a couple of times. And I honestly forgot that Frog can heal when I fought this battle. Because I thought it was still locked. Once this battle finishes up, I'll be finishing up this episode. And we'll save the big boss battle for the next episode. And in every dungeon like this, you will find a place to level if you're below on levels. Like that room we were dropping into. And with that, we'll finish up the episode and the boss. Get these guys as much TP as that one little room. And I'll see you in the next episode. And I'll be starting from right here where we leave off. And I forgot about this little room to the side. It's got the save point and some monsters that drop down depending on the button you press. And a pit you can drop them in. There's our save point. There's the pits. There's the monsters. And then we can open the door, flip the switch, grab the item, and now we can go face the boss in the next episode.